You're never gonna make it, you're not good enough. There's a million other people with the same stuff. You really think you're different? Man, you must be kidding. Think you're gonna hit it, but you just don't get it. It's impossible, it's not probable, you're irresponsible. Too many obstacles, you gotta stop it, yo. You gotta take it slow, you can't be a pro. Don't waste your time no more. Who the fuck are you to tell me what to do? I don't give a damn if you say you disapprove. I'm gonna make my move, I'm gonna make it soon. And I'll do it cause it's what I wanna fucking do. Cause all these opinions and all these positions, they come in millions, they blocking your vision. But no, you can't listen, that shit is all fiction. Cause you hold the power as long as you're driven. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back. You ain't gonna make it, you ain't never ever gonna break it. You can never beat them and they're better than you face it. Thinking that they give a damn, you're not thinking straight, kid. No, they don't give a damn, you got what I'm saying? I'm not fucking playing, I'll give it to you straight, man. There's too many others and you're not that great, man. Stop what you're saying, stop what you're making. Everybody here knows that you just faking. Nah, I don't wanna hear it anymore, I don't wanna hear it anymore. All these fucking thoughts, they are not what I need anymore. I'm about to shut the motherfucking door on all you poor ass haters with your heads in the clouds, talking out loud so proud. You better shut your goddamn mouth before I do more speak out. It's about to head south. You're never gonna make it. There's no way that you make it. And maybe you can fake it, but you're never gonna make it. Are you just gonna take that? Make them take it all back. Don't tell me you believe that. Are you just gonna take that? Or will you fucking fight back? Fucking fight back.
I can't believe it took me so long to realize that Japard, Argenti, Boothill, Svarog, and Mr. Tail were all trying to tell me the same thing. Oh, does this mean I've got one foot in the realm of the strong? Maybe it's the mentality. Luca, are you I've been ready for a...
Wow! I'm not even ready.
Hi, Mr. Luca. We meet again.
How is this possible? You're Lung Feng.
Sorry for not revealing my name previously. I'm the Luofu's ringmaster, Yen Ching. Mr. Luca, I've had my eye on you these past few days. You weren't aware, but I was in the crowd watching all your matches. I must say, you're a formidable warrior. You're resilient, sharp, and strong. What's even more impressive is your resolve. Every punch you throw shows a courage that doesn't care about winning or losing. That has left a deep impression on me. I've heard about what happened to your planet, so I understand how you need this win. Just one more step, and you'll take Belobog's name into the history books with you. But as the Lawfu Ringmaster, there are things...
I don't have a stirring pre-battle speech. Thanks for giving me directions when I was lost. Many have done the same thing for me these last few days. And it's thanks to all of you that I'm here now. Do you still remember the... I, Luca, will be the winner! I will defeat Yanqing!
All eyes are upon Luca Strongarm, who has finally arrived in front of Yanqing after overcoming numerous hurdles. Since the beginning of the war dance, the match between Luca and Yanqing has been the most anticipated one among the audience. Now, this highly awaited showdown is about to unfold before viewers across the cosmos. What will be the final result of this match? Let's watch and find out.
Anyone who qualifies for the Ringmaster's Challenge is a respect. You're a top-notch boxer, just like I'm a top-notch swordsman. The outcome of this match isn't going to change.
Yanqing, I'll give it my all to defeat you.
Likewise.
Both fighters are ready. The final showdown begins now. Flying swords are swirling around the ring. How will Luca deal with them? Luca knocked down Yanqing's sword. He's off to a flying start.
Dreams do come true.
How about we dissipate that foul stench quickly? Time to cleanse the filth. Wouldn't you agree? Evil must be gone.
Detonate!
Oh, a weakness.
Sword, heed me!
Opponent is not leaving any openings for Luca.
Take your positions.
Can Luca turn the tides again?
Customers are always welcome. All the best!
Come get me!
Still the same one. Dreams do come true.
Please, allow me to purge the root of this problem.
Luca officially neutralizes his opponent's attack. The indomitable Luca never gives up. The fight continues.
Take your positions. Let's improvise.
Oh, a weakness. Evil must be gone.
Sword, heed me!
Still the same one.
How about we dissipate?
Keep calm and use your iron fist against your opponent. Do it for me!
Thousand wonders to raise your spirits. Good omens. Fight us one. The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is merely fleeting.
Luca pulls off another miracle with his damn hand. What a man!
Is that just right? Let the show begin!
Like fireflies to a flame, I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! 1,000 wonders to raise your spirits. Good omens, fight us one! The truth burns clear as a flame. Everything in this world is merely fleeting. Time to cleanse the filth. Wouldn't you agree? I will claim victory for myself. Live to fight! Fight to live!
Luca's truly a magnificent warrior. Yunqing's starting to take this more seriously.
Come get me. Punish evil.
Still the same line.
He's struggling to land a counter. What is Luca going to do?
Attack detected.
Dreams do come true.
Let's be friends, shall we? All the best! Firefly, type 4, in position. I shall set the seas ablaze!
Sword, heed me. You're all in on it.
It's on the defensive. Hopefully do.
Let's improvise.
Please, allow me to purge the root of this problem. This is more than a battle. Live to fight! Fight to live! Firefly, type 4, in the... Evil was begun.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
I shall set the seas ablaze! How about we dissipate that foul stench, quick both body and mind? Be pure. The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is merely fleeting.
Come get me.
Yunqing's about to unleash his signature move. Luca, will you be able to take this?
My blade levels armies.
Attack detected.
My blade levels armies!
Your swords are so tough,
In this case, I'll stop using my swords. Let's decide who the winner is with our...
Yanqing, are you doing this out of sympathy? I don't need a victory like this, because I have no problem accepting defeat.
No, you aren't defeated. Can't you hear? Everyone's cheering for you, Luca! I think that in their minds, someone like you could never be considered defeated.
Such a moving battle!
Thanks, Yanqing. In a true fight, does losing even matter? Winning and losing are part of any match. But I gave it my all, and I did it! I kept throwing punches, punch after punch, until the very end. When I go back to Belobog, there will be another fight waiting for me in the future, and many more battles to come. Archie, I tried my best. Just like you. I won.
So Luca takes his defeat in stride. The audience's passion stays strong. Their constant applause is a salute to this resilient Belabogian fighter. In my view, there is no winner or loser in this match. At this moment, the admiration both sides have for each other and the audience's enthusiasm speak for itself. This is an unprecedented match that goes beyond winning and losing. Stop putting the camera at me! Focus on the two kids!
I didn't expect my war dance journey would end in this way. I've never felt so at ease. I think it's time to pack up my things and head home with Lynx and the others.
Sorry for disturbing your rest, Mr. Luca. General Jing Yuan would like to meet you. Please, make your way to the seat of Divine Foresight.
Me? But I lost the match. Is the general really—
As a Skyfaring Commission staff member, I'm afraid I don't have the answer to that.
Hello, Luca from Belobog. It is a pleasure to—
General Jing Yuan, it's my honor to meet you. But
Because of that exciting match earlier. And also because you're the second war dance contestant from Urilo in the past 700—
do you mean... have you...
Igor, what a nostalgic name. I know him. Actually, I should say I will always remember him. You and he are two of a kind.
General, do you know about Igor's? In our hometown, many of us have heard of Igor Half's heroic tale, but we don't know what he really went through during his journey beyond the sky.
That was over 700 years ago. At that time, I was young and also serving as the ward. Igor, a tall and red-haired boxer, appeared in the ring. Every swing of his fist felt like a carry. He had a peculiar habit after finishing a match. While turning down all the prizes and gifts, he would talk about his homeland's plight to the spectators, warning them of the Antimatter Legion's attacks as he sought help from those who, just like that, he conquered every opponent and finally stood before me. Much like how you faced Yanqing. He threw his punches in silence, matching me but as the fight was nearing its end, he suddenly stopped. Igor, the Alliance leaders have listened to your tale and your homeland struggles. Many
Is there anything?
They are unable to send forces. We've received a warning signal from the Yaoqing, meaning a major conflict between the Xianzhou.
I understand.
Where will you go now?
I'm headed home because my home needs me. I thought I would surely but I was wrong. Urilo 6's tragedy is while I've been fighting here, my family and friends, it's time for me to go back now. If a child cannot fight to protect his mother when she needs it, we'll see you again, Jingyuan. No. Considering my age...
I wish you victory, Igor.
You too, Jingyuan. I'm coming back, Mother. I've come out on top in all my fights.
The war dance is held to foster friendships through combat arts. However, I was just a Cloud Knight lieutenant at that time, powerless to change anything. I couldn't even utter any words of solace. And just like that, he left. Time flew by.
Pardon my interruption, General. What was the—
Let's send an invitation to that world called Urilo 6 for the war dance this year.
General, the astral charts of the Skyfaring Commission indicate that— General?
Send an invitation. Even if it is just a wish.
So, this is why we—
Igor gifted me a keepsake.
Is this—
We took this picture before we parted ways. Despite feeling Now, I'd like to give 700 years ago. I didn't have the chance to help his home.
With the Everwinter Monument as our witness, I, the Supreme Guardian Branya Rand, hereby announce that the Xianzhou Lafu Belobog Mutual Trade Agreement is now in effect.
I've heard stories about Belobog, where the residents, in their most desperate times, steadfastly maintained the spirit of the preservation, resisting fate until the break of dawn. It wasn't until I stepped onto this land of heroes myself and felt the burn of the perpetual ice on my skin that I finally realized how solemn the belief of the preservation is and how great the people struggling there are. From today onward, the Xianzhou Lafu fights alongside you until the eternal freeze turns into the spring breeze and the frozen land melts into fertile fields.
My old friend, you once expressed your desire to be a long-life species. Because we had a longer lifespan, you thought we would have more time to grow, rectify mistakes, and change the future. You were wrong, Igor. The next punch is always what matters most. For our world, the future is what truly matters. We don't just appear out of nowhere. Each of us comes from the world that was there before we were born. People are like a giant tree, closely intertwined and ever-growing. People shape history History creates heroes. Heroes inspire the future. And the future brings forth new people. My old friend, your call for help back then has been answered. Luca is the answer. He isn't just a boy. Instead, he's as ancient as your civilization. And he's the embodiment of Eurilo 6. I should have realized sooner. A civilization that can give rise to someone like you wouldn't be easily wiped out.
Mr. Depard, are you ready? I'm here to return that victory you lent me.
War Dance commemorative items. A collector's model of the Sword Champion.
Perfect timing, Coach! Now that the war dance has ended and Luca has returned to Belobog, I hope so. But Mr. Albert keeps saying that I still lack experience, so I guess I'll have to gain more Honestly speaking, these days of participating in the war dance with you have been the happiest of my life. Now that Luca is the hottest rising star in the whole cosmos, he'll definitely have lots of chances to participate in major tournaments. When the time comes, I hope you'll still be his coach, and I'll still be in charge. By the way, this is the issue of the newspaper that features the show. Oh no, it's getting late. I'm about to miss my... Of course! It's just a matter of time before he becomes the most...
Sword, heed me!
Can someone else take this one? Pardon my manners.
Sam in position.
Stay in step.
How about we dissipate that foul stench quickly? Both body and mind must be pure.
Joining the battle.
Take your positions. Dreams do come true.
Come get me! I could take 10 of you! Please, allow me to purge the root.
Executing attack!
Better not underestimate me! Skills polished, ready to shove. That's how... a true master does it.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Time to show you what I can really do. Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this! The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is merely fleeting. Like fireflies to a flame, I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! Now, watch this! I will claim victory for myself.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Time to show you what I... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this! The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is merely fleeting. Live to fight! Fight you live! Better not underestimate me! Sword, heed me! You're all in on it! Time to cleanse the filth. Wouldn't you agree?
Stay in step. Let's improvise. Take your positions. Dreams do come true. The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
I shall set the seas ablaze! Come get me! Oh, a weakness. The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is merely fleeting.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Time to show you what I... Azure Dragon, White Tiger, eating less carbs. Watch this! The truth burns clear as a... Everything in this world is merely fleeting. Immerse yourself in it as you... thunder does it. Ha! Yeah! Rah!
Sword, heed me. Punish evil.
Stay in step. Let's improvise.
I shall set the seas ablaze! Better not underestimate me! Live to fight! Fight to live!
Come get me.
Like fireflies, I will fight for myself until everything burns to ashes! I shall set the seas ablaze! Firefly, type 4, in position.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Live to fight! Fight to live! This is more than a battle. I shall set the seas ablaze! Oh, a weakness. I get it now.
My blade levels armies.
Recalibrating. Time to show you what I... Azure Dragon. White Tiger. Eating less calm. Watch this!
Sword, heed me.
Live to fight! Fight to live! Firefly, type 4. I shall set the seas ablaze! This is more than a battle. Move forward! Ignite! Time to cleanse the filth. Wouldn't you agree? Firefly, type... The truth burns clear. Everything in this world is merely fleeting.
You're all in on it.
The mood is set just right. Let the show begin!
Time to show you what I can really... Azure Dragon. White Tiger. Eating less calm. Watch this! The truth burns clear as everything in this world is merely fleeting.
Rhythm get messed up? Let's improvise!
Better not underestimate me! How about we dissipate that foul stench quickly? I failed.
Haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Trailblazers from the Astral Express. Welcome to the... A long time no see, Diamond. You must be here to experience those dream bubbles. I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful, though. We did pass the safety inspections stipulated by... However, this dreamscape will feature unfiltered and unpolished fresh memories. You will make for a very veteran gamer. Call this type of dream a thrill dream. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the dreamscape immediately. Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor. Oh yes, I nearly forgot.
The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling. In my estimation, there is no question about it. This is murder.
Murder. Such a foreign word to us. The people of Penacony could never come to any harm while under the watchful protection of the family. In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst, you'll still wake up in reality.
Not necessarily. Even if the result does not constitute harm, the criminal intent is clear enough. You specifically came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory...
You're not wrong. Even if there are no casualties, being smashed over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no reason at all? This is not the kind of... You are guests of the Oak family, so you may investigate the crime scene. I'll be on standby over here.
Are you a witch? Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
Just some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact. If we had a little more time, I could have even convinced her I was Shipe the Harmony. Then, on to the next order of business. Let's discuss your companion.
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection. I've been watching you for You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Ideen Park. Even in the reflections. My dear, do you have a crush on me? Well then, I left a puzzle for you near OT Mall. Solve it and prove that you're... Don't leave me waiting, my dear.
There's actually more than one memo keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm. The address that the mask gave you is right here. But you never would have thought that when Miss Sparkle mentioned a game, she was talking about wanton slaughter on this. Such a direct act of provocation is enough to get my competitive side.
Madam, forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through... I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter. That's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare. They say you shouldn't kill the messenger. So, maybe you can just, let me go. You all are the...
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything.
Oh, seems like I can't escape being an assistant detective.
If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask.
Who was the victim?
An IPC employee named Shamari. Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari, then suddenly assaulted him with a hammer. Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from the dream. The murderer vanished in a flash.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance.
Who are those two little guys?
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order. Those two have clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open...
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle is
Any leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID. They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us.
Where's Mr. Shamari right now?
I'm afraid you can't. The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams, and went on to vacation in another dream. Best not to bother him. Guest experiences always have to come first.
Oh, I'm afraid by the time we find him, half of Panic...
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of Sparkles then.
Lady Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case.
Mr. Cold Feet, why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan...
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. Ahem. I understand, Lady Black Swan.
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the...
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer family, Miss Sparkle.
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case.
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name.
Miss Sparkle was supposed to receive 3 valiant warriors at the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, Miss Sparkle had been smashed up.
My investigations discovered that the 3 warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before.
but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the... They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle. To escape punishment!
So the three of them teamed up to kill her.
Huh?
Is the case closed?
No, there can only be one murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are 3 murderers. Hang on, wait.
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those 3 were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything. So it must have been one of them acting alone.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those 3...
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit. I've got the case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me. Lady Black Swan, allow me to introduce the 3 suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright. Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be! Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town. Last of all comes Wright. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
Hang on, I'm confused here. Left on? Right? Is this some kind of joke?
What? Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
Got it. But it sounds like Mr. Assistant Detective has his own
Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang. He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be! Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured. It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town. Last of all comes Wright. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs. That's all the intel we have on the 3 suspects.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy! This must be the...
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack...
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands! I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to... Look! An ID card. Talent Motivation Department...
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose to prove that she definitely...
Is that all the evidence? How? Oh, you scared me!
The 2 pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for me, but there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas. So they—
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding—
Seems quite nice of her if you...
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her... What's this little device here for?
Don't push it, Lady Black Swan. Whatever you do, don't. That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entirety of Penacony will instant. Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes hit, you and the entirety of Penacony will instant.
That sounds like both buttons can do...
Correct. Exactly.
Oh.
Aren't you going to ask me?
Okay.
Because
This is What's this?
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral Express.
have you ever heard of something called a red herring in detective stories? It's a
I see. But when it's so obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of...
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
This notice.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system...
This is so her style, is it? Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime.
Next, should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence, I've been staring at it all day, but there's nothing left in. That guy lost his hand. Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff? I remember this one best.
Why don't we flip the question?
If you put it like that,
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so elimination could be a valid method.
If you put it like that, then do you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on. Then do you already... So, who... Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured?
Poor guy. He was seriously injured and was all wrapped up in bandages to keep his good looks safe. If that's the case, that would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
So, I remember this one best. Oh, is that so? I feel like the evidence... Oh, is that so? 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 So, who exactly left in that guy?
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murders, Lefton's suspicion level can be...
By process of elimination.
Please begin your investigation.
The murderer.
You have answered correctly.
Huh? The next puzzle?
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior.
I have to remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool?
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more. Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle.
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle herself?
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness. And as a memo keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Once again, another movement of peace has passed golden hour by. And that concludes the news. I wish you all safe and sound dreams.
Whoa, this place is a complete mess. And those 2 weirdos are probably here too.
There's nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back to reality.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo!
We don't know what we'd do without your help.
Why are you talking like that?
Is there something wrong with the way...
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
Huh. The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named...
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt. Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out. After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death. There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepeshi shopkeeper named Wright, a Voxian gambler named Zhang Shan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Our old friends.
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart.
Miss Sparkle is so gracious.
Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect, right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk anymore with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy!
Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is. Let me introduce the identities of these suspects to you. First of all is the shopkeeper, Wright. He's one of the Pepeshi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it. Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her. Finally, there is the gambler Zhang Shan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her. That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
That won't be necessary. I remember it all.
Become part of the family. Raise a glass and enjoy this world.
There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must...
On the title page is written Chen Katong.
This Chen Katong person should be Sparkle's target. And there's the tie.
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of...
The tag on the tie reads, only for Imperial Master Lefton. Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal...
That's not how you use the... So, it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then? a little stool that seems...
The footprints, which are
Perhaps it's just that this... What's that?
Mr. Sampo.
Somebody's...
Even among the fools I know.
Have you dealt with many...
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that you...
This clock...
Open it up and take a look.
So there's a...
Because this ring was found
in the victim's mouth.
Hey, there's something engraved in... That should be it. Let's head out.
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but...
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway...
Oh, for the laughter! Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon.
Pretty much.
You live up to your reputation, Detective Black.
This guy is mixing up his...
Then go ahead. Who is the killer? Good. Then let us appreciate your powers. Have you solved this guy? Zhongshan is a card shark who used to play Get the Koi with Miss Sparkle. He gambled...
This ring is a piece of evidence.
That's right! What would a pen he'd stolen Lefton's tie? Who could have known that Miss... What a tragedy!
Is something wrong here?
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means, Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free...
Ah, I see. Sheriff, the murderer is Lefton.
Correct, Detective Sampo. I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is this...
Yes! For the laughter! How did I fail to realize this formidable...
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the...
Goodness me! Deputy Sheriff, is he really a
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle where every single answer...
I take it so seriously! Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius! If it's a challenging puzzle you want, please go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild. We're only responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience. Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle.
So that's it? This is just going to go on?
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the...
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now? Just keep getting led around by her?
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person. She seems chaotic inside, but easy enough to understand. Like a performer on the stage or a child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
Miss Black Swan, Mr.
A murder in a locked room has...
As expected, another
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom. The butler, Zhongshan, said that the door was locked from inside.
As soon as I heard, I knew something must...
The room was covered in...
Thinking quickly, I grabbed the...
Besides us and Zhongshan, the butler...
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next. Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart?
Wait up! What?
Honest, kid. I know where you are,
No cheating!
Huh. Mr. Assistant Detective.
No?
Let's go. Can't keep...
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up! Miss Sparkle...
Ding-a-ling! Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience challenge. Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to you, which character is it? Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction. I put lots into coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste. Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion. Happy hunting!
Miss, why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics of memory. But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
There's no weird, sweet dreams troupe. Nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian...
Hey! Dear Memo Keeper and Mr. I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then. Listen up. What creature has...
No murder case this time around?
Sometimes it's nice to take things easy.
Since it's a classic puzzle, the answer...
Wah, wah. Wrong. The correct answer is... Sparkle! When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening. But has to still raise... So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night.
What the heck was that jibber-jabber?
What a cute answer.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer.
Oh.
Again, the ill tidings manifest.
Another journey begins. In the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
Try this on for size. What are you waiting for? The customer is king. And for me to portray the king, well, you gotta make it worth my while.
I weep for the departed. Dust rains, it too shall fall.
Now, just in time. Just a little something. Think nothing of it.
Don't worry, it's just a scrape.
The seal of ill fate descends.
Holy smokes! What's... Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet.
Wait. Don't. Something's off.
Miss, you killed Sparkle! How is this possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the garden? You did this, didn't you? Oh, I understand.
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keep. There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the...
Miss...
You. Sparkle has disguised herself as another character.
This? Don't you... If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come.
The hint for the final question was...
Oh, you mean the locked room murder. I thought you weren't
all the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle... The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time. Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist. But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was... As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obvious. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective... At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked... And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own lock. That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him. And, judging by his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer, which means it's you...
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo...
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's... The truth does not lie.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close to the truth. But
Another answer?
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away. It was not the murderer, but rather
What a pity. Such a pity. My dear, you were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately, Miss Sparkle's body. Sparkle was disguised as... Ding-a-ling! I won!
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as...
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body...
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo, then?
Beautiful lady. I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been... You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other. Seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with...
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool.
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage. If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that spotlight as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind you. The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces.
How did you know?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch 2 fish with 1 cast, you might not be satisfied.
So... Memo Keeper. Did...
Why not?
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern. That it. Let's go, Sampo? Sampo. Who is...
This is Belobog, right?
I said, why not? Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory. So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again. And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sights on someone else.
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of a play inside the dreamscape, it's as weird and captive. That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream bubble. I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. Things in our dreams cannot be trusted.
Really? I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out with everything you've asked. Shouldn't you give my mask back?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting a green? Just kidding. I loved seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar, 3rd barrel on the left. You never saw me. But Sampo, after all this time, what made you suddenly want to take back your mask? This doesn't seem like the Sampo. Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Europe.
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense. Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friends.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from Belobog. After all, the elation that Miss Sparkles seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by. Go tell Giovanni I said hi.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take... Why so serious?
how to fix a star scanner?
Never be dull. Come. You're easy to spot. Are you going to Aurum Alley? A new arrival? Yeah? So what? I go out all the time to see patients. So, I know the food I won't charge. And if you get... Huh? Hurry up! Do you want the snacks to sell out? We've reached our destination, Aurum Alley. Of course, the main feature of this tour is the endless selection of tasty delicacies. The folk dishes at Spices Supreme are a must-try. This is the only place on the Lawfu you can find them. So... recommend? I think you mean I'd like to treat you to some cinch. Let's start with the snack stands.
I should see what the other customers have to say about the food here. Same great taste. Oh, my name's Xiaohan. Are you feeling... Then I recommend trying...
Oh, a visitor? Then I'll have to make sure you're first. I hope you don't mind me prattling on, but since you're an outworlder... Findy. Anyway, sounds like you know as much. Well, I can't just leave you here empty. Alrighty.
Is there any... mung bean soda? Okay, you... It's just like drinking medicine.
Ah, it's the dragon...
Huh? Wait! Auntie! I'm not thirsty! Please! I'm so full of snacks I can hardly move. I wanted to stop by Elegance Pagoda to buy some medicine jars while I'm...
Hey! What's going on at the dock?
Some of the dock workers got into an argument with a...
Watch your words. No need to be aggressive. How about we go see what's happening at the...
When did you decide to show up, little Miss Feisty? How is this any of your business?
Please, miss. Allow Aurum Alley Merchant Guild to take care of...
You're from the...
What a joke! Everyone here knows that our Room Alley Merchant Guild is as incompetent as it is dysfunctional. The lease for the docks isn't even paid yet. Anyone care to guess who? I'll tell you, the
I'm not denying that.
Then say it out loud. Better yet, get down on your knees.
Wait! Easy! We just... You're being completely unreasonable.
I'm not being unreasonable. I'm making a friendly inquiry. When will the IPC receive its lease payments?
I'm afraid we can't pay at the...
We leased this whole dock to your merchant guild, hoping that it would rejuvenate our room alley. And look at it now. A perfectly good freight dock has gone to waste.
They said at the moment. That doesn't mean they'll never make the payments, right?
Don't be so gullible. How about we make a little bet? If the Merchant Guild can pay back the money it owes, I'll get down on my knees and apologize to all the people of our room alley. I'll shout it loud and clear. I'm a raving idiot howling into the wind. And then I'll bark like a dog. How does that sound?
Okay. And if they can't?
Oh, that's simple. You apologize to me in front of all the people of our room alley, and you bark like a dog.
I agree. Deal.
You all heard that, right? I'll be waiting for you. Come on, let's get out of here.
Miss, there's no reason for you to take such a bet. We're the ones who dragged you into this.
It's okay. Seeing that arrogant sneer on his face made me sick to my stomach. I had to do something.
We appreciate you sticking up for us. But this...
Now that I think about it, if I lose the bet, it'll reflect badly on the Cloud Knights. But you can't give in to bullies.
My name is Ming-Shi. I'm the secretary of Arum Alley Merchant Guild. Most people just call me Miss Secretary. This leasing dispute is between the IPC and the Merchant Guild. You shouldn't have been dragged into it.
Sure is. I've already started placing bets.
So, is it true that the Merchant Guild can't pay back the lease?
Miss Secretary, just tell it like it is.
As things stand now, the Merchant Guild is in no position to pay back the lease. Yes, the entire port. Now we owe the IPC an arm and a leg. The food hawkers are thriving, but dock operations and other businesses are stretched to the breaking point.
If we make the businesses more profitable, then maybe we have a chance of paying back the IPC.
If we cut costs and tap into new revenue streams, we can turn things around. A lot of vendors in Arum Alley don't want anything to do with the dock, though, so it may be hard to find new sources of revenue.
What about cutting costs?
Cutting costs means reducing expenses. As you can see, the dock isn't even fully utilized, and the workers, well...
Hey, don't get any funny ideas about laying people off.
Miss Secretary is just helping us think of ideas. If you ask me, I think our ordering system is rather inefficient. I'm sure we could reduce our costs if we found a way to improve it.
I didn't realize you were such an entrepreneur.
Even the president hasn't been able to solve anything. Is this short lifer really up to the job? At this point, I guess we've got nothing to lose.
This will certainly save us on shipping costs.
Isn't this... Don't worry. Our motto...
Hey, what's gotten into you?
Impressive, but if you ask me, inventory efficiency isn't enough to save us. If Heron Express doesn't deliver the goods, then they're just...
I see your point.
Of course, it's...
Mr. Yongfeng?
Why, it's Miss...
I'm Sushang of the Cloud Knights.
Good to meet you all. Miss Secretary, I heard you made a bet with the IPC.
The word got out pretty...
Those Outworlders from the IPC are the worst. How did you get bugged?
That's right. No one else in Arum Alley. We made our inventory more...
Those dock workers don't want to take responsibility. And I'm afraid it's not our responsibility.
Then who should we blame?
The IPC said that they would handle operations at Arum Alley and promised to give subsidies to the vendors. I suspect they secretly told all the vendors not to use the dock.
We can only blame ourselves for letting them get away with it if we can't pay back the rent.
The IPC wants to turn the...
So no...
Correct.
Let's not get on the logistic, Mr. Yongfeng.
See? He's a quick thinker.
With these routes in place, logistics costs will be reduced significantly.
I knew it! You're the—
Now, can you tell us?
Well, our restrictions were placed on civilian arumatons, and new commercial centers began to spring up. It was like being on a gentle downhill slope. Everyone knew things were changing, but no one thought it was serious. When the Lafu was moored for maintenance and trade with the IPC increased, a new threat emerged for the Merchant Guild. The IPC's announcement of a bid for the development of Arum Alley. Their promises were visible, tangible, and extremely aggressive. When the gentle downhill slope suddenly became the edge of a cliff, no one could pretend to ignore it anymore. Both the Merchant Guild and Arum Alley itself were in jeopardy. The contract for operating Arum Alley's business district is about to expire, and the IPC's regional director has seen an opportunity. They orchestrated the dock debt crisis, and that's just the beginning. Meanwhile, vendors in Arum Alley have expressed mixed feelings about the IPC. Some see it as a crouching tiger with malicious intentions, while others see the IPC's promise of high profits as a chance to turn things around. But now the chill is setting in. Everyone is worried that Arum Alley is going to disappear. The Merchant Guild has to do something to help the merchants here. Therefore, on behalf of the Merchant Guild, I would like to formally extend an invitation to you all to serve as business advisors in the plan to save Arum Alley. Excellent. Why don't you talk it over with everyone first?
I really hope you can... I'm not worried about that. My home, gradually, the Yaoqing, after their coming-of-age ceremony, the architecture across the whole... Many of the Yaoqing locals older than... When I saw Ming-Si being... If I want to...
I only came here for the food. Still, if you're willing to give it a... So what?
What do you think? Great. I still haven't discussed any of this with the president. Miss Lin Yan, please tell the president that I have someone who can help us with the leasing situation at the dock.
Well, seems like you... I'll go ask the president's opinion on the matter. Okay. The president trusts Miss Secretary's judgment, but the applicant still needs to pass a test. You must integrate Oldie's Depot into the logistics plan. The president acknowledges your expertise and agrees to Arum Alley Merchant Guild would like to issue a formal
Now you'll be able to help the dock worker. I keep tabs on if it involves helping people in... Anytime you need the important thing right now, I'll be off to the dock then. Now that you're here,
Take your time. There's always something for everyone.
Haven of memories. Every touch, every moment is like a thorned rose.
Storytelling is such an outdated art form.
me teach you all how to sleep like the General.
Strong enough to tie
Just a few and you'll be full.
There's still more work to do on the Arum Alley. There's still more work to do to revitalize Arum Alley. Let's give it our all. there's still more work to do on the It's fantastic. Many folks began lending the Merchant Guild a hand after you helped them out. I have something to tell you. We achieved our revenue goal for this quarter. This is all thanks to the Merchant Guild. The funds will be used for... in order to reward you. Regardless of the IPC's wishes, there are more urgent issues that need to be taken care of first.
Hi! Interested in fitness martial arts?
Do you know the history of Orem Alley?
Dumplings and steamed buns! The buns are huge!
Miss Secretary asked.
You're just in time. Everyone is asking this.
Calling someone an IP. I'm not here today as a representative of the IPC. You see, this gentleman under. Can a man come here?
There's something wrong with the stuff this guy is shipping. It's causing damage to other people's goods, and our.
Speak louder.
Let's open that package right.
I'd be careful if I were you. Huh? A serious.
No need to make this difficult.
Let's check and see if there's anything suspicious.
From the still waters of oblivion, I guide the wandering souls.
We're just having fun!
Time for all better now?
Don't worry.
Lance at the ready.
Just a scrape. Another journey begins. Existence as fleeting as the dawn's dew, destined for oblivion.
You tampered with this ingenium so that it caused damage to other goods on the freight skiff.
Speak louder. Conclusive evidence here. Look carefully. This'll.
What?
If you don't believe.
If I may, he's telling the truth. This golden cloud toad does not belong to.
Then why was the toad?
That's your problem, not now. Let me. Oh, you wanted it after making a big Well.
Sorry.
For this kind of barb.
Sorry. My mother, before the payment due date arrives, I'm going to teach you two how to fight.
happened to good people. None of us were ever really born equal. Only one life, there ain't no sequel. Some people live, others stay fearful. This world ain't never been peaceful. You got good, always butting heads against evil. The good try to be fair, but the bad lethal. They gon' fight dirty, every single one deceitful.
Stand up, I wanna see your face. Get your chin up like you belong in this place. We gon' train like you've never trained before. You're going up against something that you can't ignore. This ain't a game, this your life that we're playing with. There ain't no reset button or an off switch. You gotta face your fears, you gotta scratch the itch. You gotta break through the walls and get after it.
Only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying. Cause
I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they've all seen greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself. I got this, there ain't no going back. Leave it all on the battlefield, push the attack. You can't stop me, I'm obsessive. A lot of people think that I come off aggressive, but I'm just passionate. Why aren't you? Ain't nobody care if you got nothing to lose. You gotta put yourself on the line, make moves. Otherwise you'll be a sheep with the lions watching you.
only time will tell who's gonna make it. I promise you, I'ma be the one who's gonna take it. I fight, I provide, leaving blood on the pavement. If you're up against me, then you better be praying. Cause
I'll keep punching till my knuckles start breaking. I'll keep going through the blood that I'm tasting. I won't stop till they've all seen greatness. The battle for my world just started, I've been waiting. Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no there ain't no one else. Pick a side by yourself.
Today is the day, don't waste any time. Know it's time to make a change. Up in your mind, rearrange. Start thinking you're the hero headed out on your way. There's gonna be good times and bad times. That's alright, just stay on the line. Cause in life we all got a different mission, but the good guy always wins, that's a given. If you stay committed, you stay driven, you'll be looking down the barrel of completing your mission. Ignition, light the flame, get the fire and you listen. Take these words deep, cause this is real, ain't no fiction. You don't need drugs, help any prescription. Just persistence and energy can win any competition. So keep fighting, facing any opposition, and be the hero in a story you yourself have written.
Villains and heroes, only time will tell who will win and who will fail. Villains and heroes, no there ain't no one else. Pick a side by